If you're not making money, you are spending money. Okay, so if you're not making enough money, then chances are you're spending what little you have, right? And it's very hard to even have a savings if you're not making enough, if you're just living paycheck to paycheck, if you could barely get by. And this is why the economy tends to reward people for getting credit, which I am not a fan of. I'm not a fan of using credit. I like to be debt-free. I hate having credit. I hate owing credit cards, family members, anything like that. I've never really borrowed from family members. I just kind of lived on a shoestring budget and tried to figure it out. Regardless though, you need to be making more than you spend, guys, right? And if you're not doing that right now, there should be no reason why. I mean, it's probably tougher for you if you're in California like I am, but you'll have to work harder if that's the case. Otherwise, you end up like this dude. Check this dude out over here. Hey, Louise, man. This homeless dude is camping out right there by that bridge. Welcome to California. Regardless, you need to be spending more than you make, right? And this is why it's easier for people who are making a lot of money to make even more, right? Because most millionaires statistically, have multiple streams of income. And I believe there's even a book called Multiple Streams of Income that you could get. I read it a long time ago, way back in the 90s. But it was really eye-opening because I was always under the assumption that millionaires are like everybody else. We just have like that one stream of income. I didn't know any better. So it wasn't until I read that book that I realized, like, oh, okay. They have more than one form of, more than one stream of cash flow. And so the average that a millionaire has is 7. Okay, you have 7 streams of cash flow. That means if any one of those streams gets cut off, guess what? He has another stream and another stream and another stream. And obviously the first stream is going to be where he's making the most, right? It's usually going to be income from his job, his career, his business. So that's where he's going to be making the most. And the other streams of income will be investments, real estate, cars, possibly, if he knows how to buy cars like I do. I buy cars as investment. However, average millionaire has 7 streams of income. The average normal person really just has one, their job, right? Just their job. Because most people don't even invest. And this is why, I did a coaching video in the past about investing in dividend stocks. Because dividend stocks pay you a monthly, stipend for just holding that stock. I don't like to buy stocks that don't pay a dividend, because if it doesn't pay a dividend, then it's just a speculation, right? Like one of my favorite for the longest time was AT&T, because it was a very, very, very stable stock that really wouldn't go up in value, wouldn't go down, but it continued to pay this 5-6% dividend every month on my money. I mean, just for keeping my money in there. Now it's gone down, obviously. The entire stock market's down right now. However, all of the stocks in my portfolio are dividend stocks. They all pay a dividend. Otherwise, again, you're speculating, right? So the stock market's crashing right now, and Bitcoin's crashing right now, but I'm still getting my dividends from these stocks that I own. And I did do a coaching video on Bitcoin 8 months ago, well, last year in 2021. At the height of Bitcoin, when it was approximately around like $63,000. I remember I posted that video on October 21st, 2021. It's at the height of Bitcoin, and I gave my 3 reasons why I don't invest in Bitcoin. Basically, I said it was a speculation. You're just basically gambling. I don't like to invest in currency. I invest in companies. I also said Bitcoin doesn't produce anything. They don't produce a product. They don't produce a service. There's nothing that can be proved upon. Really, there's nothing like that. I mean, there's not even a physical location. You can't really even hold Bitcoin in your hand. Got a lot of slack for that, and I understand, right? And I also said that you don't get rich fast, you get rich slow, okay? And it's always a red flag when you get rich fast. And everybody I've seen who's gotten rich fast has lost that money, okay? They have not been able to sustain that money. Whether they won the lot, especially lottery, right? A lot of lottery winners have lost all the money they made. not made, but won in the lottery. So, trying to make it turn here. So I gave my reasons why I don't invest in Bitcoins. You know, it's very dangerous, and I said it's also one of the other big red flags about it is how emotional people get. You should never be emotional over your investments. Okay, the second you get emotional over your investments, you need to check yourself, because you tend to feel the same emotions, the same dopamine rush when you're gambling. And I notice this about people that I've met who are heavy into Bitcoin. It feels like they're in a casino. And I get the arguments. They're like, you don't know Bitcoin, you don't. And that's what I said. I said that in my video. I said people who get emotional, I was like, I guarantee people are going to get emotional comments and even get upset, you know, and they did. And I was like, okay, if you did a video bashing AT&T, which there are videos about certain dividend stocks I hold, where people are like, no, loser dividend stock. But I'm just like, okay, that's fine. It doesn't bother me, right? It's not a big deal to me, you know. A, because it's just an investment, you know, that's what you expect going in. And B, you know, I'm not emotionally attached to it, right? Because my lifestyle is not going to change whether the stock goes down or up. It just doesn't change because I never put everything into the stock market. Either way, my video has aged quite well because that was the height of Bitcoin, by the way. That was like October 2021. That was when it was at its peak. And I really wanted to drive my point home when I posted that video during that time, because I felt that it was, at that point, you know, it was just way too much of a risk being $62,000 to $63,000 for one Bitcoin. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get, you know, there's no way I'm gonna invest at that price. Maybe if it comes down, and right now it's sitting at a little below 20,000 point at the time I'm making this video. And I suspect it will go under 10,000 before the end of, you know, by 2023 or before the end of this year. It should go down to 10,000, possibly as low as 6,000, somewhere around there. That's when I'll strike and I'll purchase some Bitcoin. And, you know, this way I'll be able to own like multiple Bitcoin, and I don't have to buy, you know, fractional shares like most people did. So that is my strategy for that. I still don't, you know, believe in it as, you know, I mean, it's not a company or anything like that. I'm basically gambling, but I believe that it's going to go up in price, right? Just because, you know, there's only a limited amount of it. And I mean, it's, you know, whether it's the future or not, we don't know, but I do believe it'll go up in price. I do believe it might reach those highs again of 60,000 plus. And when it hits that point, I'll sell it. Right? When people start to clamor towards it again, I might do another video and see how many people are getting upset about it. And people start just jumping in. They're talking about how Bitcoin's the way of the future and all this. And, you know, the cab drivers buying Bitcoin, all that. That's when I jump off. When you have like average Joes completely like overnight Bitcoin experts, that's when I usually jump off, right? Regardless, let's get off the Bitcoin topic. As I said, if you're not spending money or making money, you have to have multiple streams of income, guys. For me personally, as I said, most millionaires have 7. I have a little over a dozen streams of income. Not only from, you know, I mean, if I really divvy this up with many of the businesses I have, I probably have like, you know, over almost 3 dozen, but they don't make as much as, you know, my main sources of income, you know, so I have backups no matter what happens, right? I have multiple streams of cash flow coming in, and this is why I buy dividend stocks or I invest in dividend stocks, because it provides cash flow, just like real estate, right? Real estate, I'm slowly getting more and more into. I mean, right now, the housing market is just way overvalued. I believe the housing market's going to, it might not crash, but I believe prices are going to drop at minimum 20%, if not more, right? I'm suspecting about 35% drop. I would like a 35% drop, maybe a 40%. That will be the point where I will jump in, but definitely not, you know, like what was happening this past year of early 2022 and people are going nuts with real estate. I mean, it was like Bitcoin. That's when I'm like, ooh, you know, I'm not saying it's a bad investment. It's just I'm not getting involved in that. Not at that price. So I wait for things to come down, because you make money buying high and selling low. You make money buying low and selling high, right? So regardless, if your only source of income right now is your job, guess what? You got to get another source of income, right? So maybe start a side hustle, start a side business, do something where you can earn, or create a second source of cash flow. Okay, and you start there, and then you start building into that. And when you're making more than you spend, then you could take those extra dollars and invest, right? You could buy dividend stocks. Don't buy anything right now. I have to tell you that. Don't buy, like a lot of these financial gurus might be telling you to buy the dip and all this. No, don't buy the dip. Stay away from the stock market in 2022, because the Fed is going to keep raising interest rates, and people are going to be transferring their money out of the stock market and into safer investments that aren't as risky. But once the stock market really does hit bottom, and I believe that will happen when the Fed stops raising interest rates, right? And they're like, okay, this is where we are, depending on where they stop. I believe the stock market will be a little flat for a while, but eventually we'll come back, right? Eventually we'll come back. There might be this one down day where, once the Fed announces like they, if they do like another massive rate hike before the end of the year, it might drop really low, and if I see some bargains in there, I might pick it up. But for right now, I'm just staying away from the market. So if you're following me, I would advise you to do the same. But regardless, you want to create a second source of income. You don't want to be relying on just your job, just your paycheck, because they could fire you, right? They could fire you at any time. At least if you have backup resources, backup streams of income, that will keep you afloat, and you won't be struggling to just even buy a cheeseburger at McDonald's. And I've been there. I was that guy. Remember, I was scraping around in my 92 Jeep Cherokee, scraping around for change, moving the seats around, and because I was trying to find like 8 more cents so I could afford to buy myself a cheeseburger at McDonald's, which was like $1 something at the time. I didn't have enough money for the tax. Sandwich was like $1 and the tax was like 8 cents. I was like scrounging around my car. So you don't want to be in that position, right? You want to have multiple sources of income, and the way to do that is by creating them, right? I mean, they're not going to be handed to you. You got to go out and find them. I mean, this is why beyond just my YouTube channel and my pickup and training programs, which really made me financially successful, I've taken that money since and invested in other businesses that I see a future in, that provide cash flow, right? That have like a monthly membership, recurring programs attached to them, that already have a customer base. I like purchasing businesses like that are that have a great product that I see sticking around for a long time, and I don't mind paying a high price for those because they provide cash flow, and eventually it's going to pay itself off. And either way, it's like it's like a bank, right? It's like I'm just buying like a money printing machine almost. So no matter what happens, regardless of if I ever get thrown off YouTube, I have multiple streams of income, and it's not going to affect me. I mean, there's always going to be, I love teaching this stuff so much. I mean, I'm always going to do something, right? I'll just podcast, whatever. I should start podcasting, but there are only so many hours in the day. Regardless, if you are living paycheck to paycheck and you barely have enough to get by, you need to start moving in life. You need to start working smarter, and not so much harder. You need to get a second source of income, possibly a third. Even in the meantime, if you have to take a second job, man, and you have to work yourself silly. Those are the things we got to do as men, guys. We got to do it. That's how we get out of these ruts, right? That's how we get out of these ruts. Or if anything, you start a business, and you learn how to build businesses. I mean, that's a skill in itself. And that was what I was talking about originally in my Bitcoin video, is like, all these guys wasting their time on, watching the Bitcoin price and you know, and researching Bitcoin, you're not learning a skill, right? You're not learning how to make money or build a business or create cash flow or create a phenomenal product that people want to buy, or a phenomenal service that people will pay for. You know, you're just kind of like waiting for the price to go up so you can dump it off to the next sucker who's willing to pay more. I mean, you know, a lot of people didn't like it. I called it a pyramid scheme in some ways. I mean, because essentially it kind of fits that mold, right? Even though it's people use it for transactions and whatnot. But I mean, as far as I know, like my local grocery store won't accept it. I go to 7-Eleven sometimes, they won't accept it. I can't pay, you know, for my you know, like my dinners with it. I mean, until it becomes more mainstream, then it'll be a lot more viable. Right now, it's just essentially a gamble. Right, sweet bike, man. Oh, I may get one of those guys. I'm gonna start doing coaching videos from the bike. I used to ride motorcycles a lot. I miss riding. But either way, guys, let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Drop your comments below. I hope this added value to your life. I hope this helped you. And if you're broke or struggling right now, hey man, I've been there. You know, you can get out, but nobody's gonna do it for you. You've gotta put in the work, son. Okay, you have to do it, because nobody's gonna come along and just hand you money or try to save you. I mean, we're guys, you know, we're not women, so we have to, you know, we have to fend for ourselves. So I wish you luck if you're in that position, and you know, you'll get out of it. You have to have faith in yourself, be optimistic. Don't waste your time on, you know, dumb stuff online, watching prank videos or playing video games, because if you're, you know, struggling right now financially, you put yourself in a corner, and you got to start moving. You got to start, you know, taking care of that problem before it takes care of you, as they say. Right? Because you're not going to have your youth and energy forever. Right? There's going to be a point where you can't work anymore. I mean, I'm aware of that. Why do you think I'm pounding the pavement so hard right now, while it's still at the same time trying to balance and enjoy life, see my family, enjoy my dogs. You know, I'm trying to do all that stuff, because there might come a point where I can't move around like I can now, you know, and I want to keep my lifestyle up. I want to keep traveling, and I don't want to have to worry about like, oh my gosh, I'm running out of money. So you could do it, man. But you got to start moving, and you got to start pushing yourself, because nobody else is going to put that pressure on you. You got to put pressure on yourself. Right? So until next time, drop those comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video, guys. If it added value to your lives, if it helped you, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If I don't answer them personally, somebody from our tribe will come along and answer them, I guarantee. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets signing out. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe to my AlphaMaleSecrets channel. I've been checking my analytics, man, and too many of you guys are still not yet subscribed to the AlphaMaleSecrets channel here on the YouTube. So please make sure you're subscribed as well. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And, you know, just help a brother out and subscribe. And for you guys who love my work and all of this amazing content I'm teaching you here on the AlphaMaleSecrets, the best way to support my work is becoming a premium member of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm protecting my content from YouTube in the event they try to shut me down one day. They won't be able to, because all my content will be protected. It is being protected on my private platform. So this is the absolute best way to support my work, is becoming a premium AlphaMaleSecrets subscriber on my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which is being hosted on a private platform. Right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium AlphaMaleSecrets content from me. So take advantage of it. Okay, all you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.